Hi everyone, welcome to today's live. Michael here from 4-Ball Golf. So today we're working on the 60-degree chipping right there. But just before we get into that, I just want to apologize to each and every one of you for not broadcasting my live on the golf course on on Thursday, and also no footage was posted. The only reason is because the course was like completely packed. I mean, I think my time that I was scheduled to go off, like on the tee off, it was just mixed up and stuff like that. So there were so many people behind me and so many people I had to let through because they were taking the turn from the first nine from the front nine into the back nine. So I literally couldn't even pop out my tripod. I just had to keep up with the field, so I do apologize. But nonetheless, did shoot a 93, and all thanks to these drills that I'm doing. So it does work. I've seen it. I went from 98 down to a 93 at the same course. I think because of the emotions, like my mindset not being there, with all turning and letting people through, kind of threw me off my game a bit, not being able to broadcast for you guys. I think I would have broken 90 easily. But yeah, what I can say is that the drills that I'm doing at home here, that I actually showed to you guys and upload for you guys, it does work. It works for me. It helps with the arm techniques, the elbow techniques, the chipping drills. It's boosting that confidence. I must say, all my chips landed on the green as predicted. I mean, I was so close to the hole. The only thing I need to work on is gaining that consistency a little bit more, and also just working on my putting a little bit more, because the putting surfaces were also, like, the course was under construction and things like that. So even the putting greens were speedy at times, but you could see that they were busy maintaining it and putting on like a top layer of sand and soil and stuff like that, just to keep the green and soft. But nonetheless, I played a good round, I assume. And yeah, the handicap actually came down, ladies and gentlemen. According to Garmin Golf, it's on 19.1 now, all of the white tees. And then I uploaded the same scores onto the Grint Golf, and it came up to 15.7, which was weird. So yeah, I actually registered for the Handicap South Africa website, and I'm going to upload my scores there, all of them off the white tee, and I want to see what the difference is and which one is actually more aligned. But once again, welcome to everyone. The camera is just turned around so that you guys can actually get better viewing of what I'm doing. But thank you so much for tuning into today's live. I really do appreciate it, guys. And once again, I do apologize for no footage of the round. I know you guys were looking forward to it, but I do apologize. For me, the one thing that I've noticed with the driver is that you don't want to squeeze the living daylights out of the club. With a driver, you need to hold it like you're holding a tube of toothpaste, soft enough, like gentle enough to not let it slip out of your hand, but also not too tight for the toothpaste to spill out of the lid. So just nice and loose, but also it's where the ball is in your stance with your driver. So if the driver, so what they say is that if you're slicing, then that means you're either coming in late like that and your club face is open, so that's what could be pushing out the slice for you to one. And then for hitting the driver, what I tend to do is, obviously, if this were the ball, it's on the tee right there. So how I set up is normally stand close to the ball to make sure that the ball's on the back, like within the inside heel of your lead foot, and just step back nicely, making sure it's there. As you can see, that's how I tend to measure it, right? So the ball's in the back of the stance, and then obviously I'd put my driver face. So if this was the driver face, I'd put it down right there. But then obviously just leaning, you take a bit of a bigger stance, wider stance, so that it's in line with your shoulders, and that automatically creates the tilt that you would need to hit up under the ball. So in order to fix the slice on that, let me just get the aid that I actually use. Right, so here's my easy slice fix, my easy draw, easy hook fix, as well as club face. So I use this for putting. I use this to make sure that my club face is actually going straight, and this works. So what I do is I put it right there, so like that, on my 18 mat, slightly off the edge here. So what this box is going to do, it's going to force me to keep my club face square, take it back nice and straight, because the moment, let me just take this away here. So the moment if I come in late like this, then that's a slice, you see. So it shows me immediate instant feedback. So you can actually use this at the driving range just to fix your slice on your driver. Just put an alignment stick there, or a box if you've got one this size, you know, alignment aid, whatever it is. Even a club, you can just lay down a club like that. Make sure that the face of the club is moving along with that line. So just to demonstrate this for you, so right there, so that's it there, that's where the box, so that distance there is exactly where I need to hit to keep the club face square, right? So you see instant feedback, and it creates confidence with this. So this was a drill I did in the beginning. See, so it's just to keep the club face square. The other thing that I've done is that if you want to keep your club face square, pretend that you're moving your hand. This is your hand, your palms of your hand. This is where your arms need to be. Because if you do that, you've got your grip. But you can't do a full swing like that. See? So you've got your swing, but you're keeping your palm of your hand like that. So what I tend to do is I put my one finger down like that, just like that on the side, and it helps keep the face square. So if we just move the box, now hold on. So think of it like that. So that's it right there. So that's the motion we want to have. But now obviously we can't swing like that consistently. So what we want to do is take our grip, but we just leave our finger out like that. It also helps guide us as to how far our hands need to be from the edge of the grip, so we don't choke down too far on that grip. So let me just move this up a bit here. Stay right. So as you can see, club face is square. I'm happy with that. So we've got the finger. See? So we practice that like with 10 shots. And you will see, once you feel the consistency, once you see the distance and so forth, then you can start putting your finger back where it needs to be. But for now, so if you look at those 3 shots, they've basically taken the same ball flight, right? They've basically gone in the same direction, general direction, which means the club face, it actually does work. So the other thing that you need to be aware of is that when you're striking the ball, is that you don't want this arm to actually move away, because once you come up like this, then that means that's where the hooks come in, that's where the slices come in. You want to keep this arm tucked in. So the one drill that I have is you take an alignment aid. So if you've got an alignment stick, you just put it in at the bottom like that, and this end here will actually show you, when you bring your arm back, it will show you where the arm is bending, and because it will push it up and so forth. But it forces you to keep this shoulder and elbow tucked in, because you need to hold on to that alignment aid. So when you're swinging, you see it's keeping it nice and straight, and you're coming through. So look at that, out, in, shoulder down, elbow tucked in, close to the body, chest is facing up, better swing, better consistency. Those are the drills I've picked up, that's what I've used. So I've just improvised on it slightly. You know, I've started using the box, I started using alignment aids and so forth. Yes, it gets a bit messy because you have to carry all these things up and down with you, but there's a big payoff, and this is what has paid off for me in terms of the drills that I've created. So the one guy showed me the drill of keeping my palm like that. So all I did was saying, okay, fine, I'm comfortable with the palm, but I want to get consistent, you know, I want to get consistent with it. So that's why I said let's adopt the finger. So the other thing with the finger down there, it actually shows you when the club can bend and helps you with that kind of. As you can see, I've now gained consistency with keeping my elbow tucked in as best I can, which forces me to keep my arm straight, because I used to swing like that. My arm used to bend. Looking at past footage, but right now it's up there and it's through. So another simple trick that I've learned to gain consistency to help with the slice along with your box. So you put your box down, you've got your alignment aid, you've got your club. Take the glove. If you don't have a resistance band, take the glove, just slip it under your arm, keep that glove there, because if you're swinging and you're doing that and the glove drops, that means that it's come out and you're going to slice, because you see your arms open, or you're going to hook the ball and so forth. So by keeping the glove tucked in under the arm, so you do all your drills all at once. So let's make sure this works. So we've got our box. So by the way, this is the box that the tripod came in. That's how long I've kept this box, because it helps me with my drills. So let's do that. Right. So you can actually use this for putting as well. So you run your putter face along the line there, gauge consistency. You can check out some of those videos I've posted for the indoor putting drills on a yoga mat that I use. So that's that there. But for now, glove under the arm. I'm going to use the finger, gain consistency. Right. See, it actually comes out a bit better because you forcing your arm to stay tucked in, not to let that glove go. Also, the other thing is that, like I said, when you're hitting your driver, just don't choke too hard on the club. Your driver needs to literally feel like it's got some form of free movement in your hands, you know, because it allows that snap to come through when you're swinging your hips. I've seen it work with me, and I went back to the basics with that, and I actually knocked my driver, the new one, 280 meters. So I was waiting for that to happen. I struggled with that driver at first, but yeah, now with all the drills I've put in, all the practice I've put in, it's paid off, guys. So you see, right now we're just making sure that the ball gets to its destination point. In your mind, just picture there's an obstacle that you need to cross or get over, and let the box be your guide, your finger be your guide to keep that club face square. So those are the general drills that I use to actually just get that done. So you see, once you've got your drill down where you know that you've gained consistency now, using that, try and then you move your finger away and go back to your normal stance, normal grip. Oh, that one was a bit fiery, but nonetheless, it went where we wanted it to go. So yeah. And also, I've said it before, if, like, I love Tiger Woods. I absolutely, he's my golf idol. I love that guy to bits. But I will never be able to adopt his swing because I'm not him. I will never be able to adopt his putting, like, you know, the way he putts, the way he chips. I can try and emulate him. I can take tips from what he's doing. Like, the reason I got good at my chipping was because I took some of his drills and just moved it into how I would feel comfortable with it. So what's going to work for me is not 100% going to work for the next person. What works for him is not going to necessarily work for you or for me, but it's how we adopt our game. So I would say learn with the basics of keeping the elbow, the arm tucked in, the shoulder down. You know, when the shoulder comes through, keep it down through the swing. That may also fix the slice, keeping the ball more straight, but rather improve and make your swing stronger and better and master instead of trying to adopt someone else's swing. That's my philosophy on how I gauge my game. So, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, so we're on to our last two shots for the day, and came up quite nicely. So yeah, we'll be signing out right now. So beauty. We did 60-degree drills today, along with our box, our hitting mat, our 58 or so golf balls out there. So yes, this is Michael from 4Ball Golf. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning into today's live. I really do appreciate it, guys. If you have any questions, do not be afraid to drop me a message. Check out my channels. There's a lot of content there. Indoor putting, capture the rag. You know, there's some driver tips that I've maybe posted. And I think there's a driving range one as well, just to give you some guidance as to how I attack the driving range when I'm out there. But once again, thank you all for tuning into today's live. I really do appreciate it. Michael from 4Ball Golf. Till next time, guys. See you around.